and seized the Roman soldier. In the text, Dr. Marlon, it blessed my soul. Because when the Roman soldiers came up, I don't know their names. It just said the Roman soldiers. And here comes Peter, takes out his sword, and cuts off the ear of one of the soldiers. But this is the only soldier that they claim his name. It said, and he cut off the ear of Malchus. I say, now listen, God, why is it so important that only one soldier gets named by name? He said, well, you're supposed to preach, study and do some research. And I studied and did some research, Dr. Ball. I found out that the name Malchus means kingdom, king, and counselor. I said, Lord, you got to be kidding me. He says, listen, you got to understand that what Peter did, Malchus' kingdom walked up to the king. I need y'all to catch the wordplay. And the kingdom had his ear cut off, which is prophetic of the fact that man sinned in the garden. And now we're in a garden again. Garden of Eden, Garden of Gethsamane. What happens in Eden? Now we get to the garden and we see that there's an ear that's cut off, which means that there was distortion from heaven to be able to hear from man. I wish I could preach to somebody up in here. And when we look at Malchus, he represents kingdom. His ear is cut off. Jesus takes the ear and puts the ear back on the kingdom. So what God used not to be able to hear, now God can hear. That's why the veil of the temple was rent. They gave us access in the God's presence because it was Jesus putting the ear back on the mouth. Somebody said, can you hear me now? Oh God, I wish I could preach this thing. Here it is. When we look at 2 Chronicles 7 and 14, I'm about to mess you up for a minute. Y'all know the scripture. We always use it. If my people would have called by my name, would humble themselves and pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked way. Ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you that as a new covenant Christian, you got to be careful with that scripture because you no longer live in the old covenant. That prayer, though it's a great scripture, was under an old covenant. So it was dependent upon man being able to get God's ear by not sinning. But you done got some prayers answered and you sinned last month. Y'all don't want to talk to him. And the reason why you could be imperfect and God still heard you is because Jesus took the ear on the kingdom and put it back on Malchus' ear. Even while he was surrounded and it looked like he was going to die, he had one more move. Can I